Hello, friends, and welcome to Pathologic Volume 4, Episode 21. Today we are going to be playing a Mochikoro puzzle, which, as far as I know, has no relationship to the excellent board game Mochikoro, though I'm sure there are some similar word roots there. I've not attempted to look up a translation here. But it looks like a fun little shading puzzle genre that's a little bit different than the ones we've seen before because it uses some diagonal connectivity, which isn't something we've explored much yet. So let's jump in and take a look at the rules. In a Mochikoro puzzle, we will shade some cells so that all areas of orthogonally connected unshaded cells are rectangular. Orthogonally connected means that they are connected by edges only, not diagonals. And you can also think of orthogonally connected meaning you can get to from any one cell in the region to any other cell in the region by just going horizontally and vertically, not diagonally. The unshaded rectangles must all be connected diagonally. So you're seeing these unshaded rectangles. Some are squares. Squares are rectangles. And they are connected to one another through their corners, not their edges. Clues cannot be shaded and represent the number of cells in the unshaded area they belong to. So this 6 is telling us that it is in a 6-cell region. An unshaded area of cells cannot contain more than one clue. So we couldn't, if there were another 6 in the grid somewhere, we would know those were two separate regions. You can't have two numbers in a single region. However, this does not require that every region have a clue. It's just that the ones that do have clues have one clue. And finally, no 2x2 region may be entirely shaded. We have no 2x2 squares of black cells in the solution. Those are the rules of Mochikoro, so it's time to solve a puzzle. Today's Mochikoro puzzle was set by Shye. We can begin by knowing that these 1 clues are complete. They are a single cell and therefore already a rectangle, so we can box them in with shaded cells accordingly. The 2s are nearly as good, but I'm not sure we can do anything much with the ones we have. I do see we have some cells, some clues that'll have only one cell between them, so we can shade the cell in between because those can't join up with one another. Okay, let's think about what it means for an area to be rectangular. A rectangle is the area of a region is length times width, and if the number is a prime, then it's going to have to be 1 cell wide to make that work, because either the length or the width is 1. So these 5s are big-ish primes in the context of this puzzle, so they're going to have to be a long 1x5 region, and in both of these cases there's not enough room to do that vertically. So they're going to stretch horizontally for 5 cells. We don't know whether it starts here or here, but either way it's going to take up those 4 cells, and exactly the same is true here. It's going to take up these 4 cells at least. And we can also box that in on the north and south with shaded cells, because that's how that's just going to work. That has given us a 2x2 that we need to stop. That's going to pair up with this 4 and force that to be 1 wide as well. It can't be a 2x2 anymore because it takes up this cell as well. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and that one is done. I had to double check the rules for a second because I almost expected this to be a problem because this black region isn't connected to the rest, but there is no connectivity argument for those in this puzzle. There is for the unshaded areas that they all have to be connected diagonally, and this is only connected to this one diagonally, so this is going to have to continue the chain in here. We do know that at least. Okay, let's look at this 8 down at the bottom. It's our other big number. Now that we have done some work up here, this 8 is looking constrained because it can no longer be, well, I don't know that ever it could, but it can't be a 1 by 8. That won't fit. Wouldn't have fit before, but it certainly doesn't fit now. So it's going to be a 2 by 4. That's the only other option. And the only way that can go is 2 wide and 4 tall. So let's fill out the boundaries of that and then take care of our 2 by 2s. And this 2 is now complete. This 1 and this 1 in both cases are now isolated from all the other rectangles except through one potential corner. So this is going to be unshaded and this is going to be unshaded. And this couples up with this 2 to be a complete region right there. This is an interesting scenario here because, all right, we've got the connectivity is going to be interesting. This cell connects up with this one. If this were to grow so that it was too wide, we'd need to put a black cell here. And as soon as we've done that, we've isolated this from the rest of the unshaded regions. So that's not legal. So we need this to escape up, and so therefore it's going to have a diagonal to make it up to another rectangle. So this stops here and diagonally goes up here, and then has to stretch up enough to hit that 2, which then has to keep on going. And then that is going to have to stop because then this would not be a rectangular region anymore. And now we know that this 5 does stretch 1 further. And this 5 also stretches 1 further in that direction. So that did a lot of work, actually. Let's think about this 4. There are a few ways we could go about this, but let's try the connectivity approach we just did. If this were a 2 by 2 region, then it would need to be boxed in on both sides, and there's nowhere diagonally it could go to continue. So it is not a 2 by 2 region. It is a 1 by 4 region, horizontally, obviously. 1, 2, 3, 4, going at least that far. Can't go any further than that because it would hit this 2. So it's these 4. This 2 is now done. And we have this whole top of the grid that needs to meet its friends down here by going through here. And all of these need to meet the ones at the bottom, and the only way they can do that is through this cell, which picks up the 8 and needs to keep on going there. This rectangular region needs to be finished off there. We got a 2 by 2, and that matches up with this 2 cell. This and this now need to meet up through this region, and the only way we can do that, this one has to come diagonally through here and must stretch down. This one must come diagonally through here so that they meet up, and we make them meet up by shading this cell. And that is how you solve a Mochikoro.